Hey guys, hi everyone. So thank you for waiting. Peter is still currently trying to reconnect because as you know the internet here in the Philippines sucks. So let's give him some time to reconnect while uh we are waiting. Jen, can you tell us about Japan? How is it there?
Yeah, I just landed here yesterday. I'm attending the IVS crypto. So IVS is organized by one of our investors, IVC, Infinity Ventures Crypto. They're probably one of the most active investors in GameFi. And we're happy to be here. We've been invited to talk as well, and we are you if you attend and talk to builders in the space, you cannot not be bullish, right? So
Mhm.
you see that smart people are just gathering together and thinking how we can further adoption in our space. So well, I'm talking, speaking ahead of what uh things to come, but yeah, just excited. So calling here all the way from Japan. So
Nice.
yeah.
Who among the Philippines GameFi personalities are there, or is there someone?
Um, Yeah, so we have several representatives here from the Philippines. So we have I just had a dinner yesterday with the XLD, the co-founder of XLD Finance. Um, the Breeder DAO team is here as well. Playdex,
Mhm.
and then I think there's another Philippine team. I just can't remember what's the name of the project, but about five, six projects are here. And also at the same time, I've met with some guild partners of ours that are based in Japan. So about three of them are here. And It's quite exciting to see them in real life, right? So these are the people that we've been talking to and helping for the past few months, and it's good to connect with them and see them in person.
Nice. Have you learned any Japanese phrases already?
Yeah, ramen, gyoza, and
Those are all food. But yeah,
tempura.
yep. Those are definitely the staples of Japan.
Yeah,
So
those are the Japanese words I know.
that's okay. That's all right. So I think we can start. I've told Peter that he can hop on midway during the AMA if ever his connection comes back up. So are you good to go, Jen?
Yep, always ready.
Nice. So okay. Welcome everyone. Welcome to our first ever BlockchainSpace Townhall Meeting. In today's exclusive session, we will be joined by right now our GM, General Manager Jen Bilango, and Peter Ing will try to connect here later. But and yep, Jen
Seem
is
to
here
have
to.
some problems with my connection. No, no, Rich.
Sorry. Okay, okay, Jen. Yep. And here,
Can you try to
Je-
speak? Uh,
hello,
on.
hello. Can you hear me? Hello, Jen. Hello.
There, yep, I can hear
Oh,
you now.
okay. All right. So, in today's session, we are joined here by Jen to gain some informative insights into the current state of the project and upcoming plans for the ecosystem of blockchain space. Today
Yep.
we'll be open to having diddlers like you guys on stage to ask your questions later after some of the questions that I have prepared for them during the open mic part. If you guys are a bit shy, you can just drop your questions in the Ask Me Anything text channel. But if you want to speak up, just raise your hand and then we will have you here upstage with us and you can go and ask away your questions. So, Okay, pleasure to have you here, Jen. And I'm sure the community is thrilled to have you guys up here to talk about the tools, the guild token, and maybe you have some few juicy alpha for our community. But first, maybe you could give a brief recap of what blockchain space is able to accomplish up until this point for our new community members. Hello?
Aldrich, because there's some. Hello, can you hear
Hello?
me,
Yes.
guys?
Yep.
Okay, now we're back. Yeah. So I think I heard the last two sentences, but I think it's more on update in terms of where we are, right?
Yep.
The past. So we had several KPIs for Q2. So I think this is just this is an opportune time to update the community of what we've been doing um, the past quarter. So and there are some events this Q2 that caught us off guard as well, but it's really a reflection of the overall crypto community, right? So far, we've released our Kaizen dashboard from private alpha. Now it's accessible and everyone can just sign up and test them out. We've gained a lot of traction as well in terms of further developing, fixing some of the bugs and issues here and there. We are also after that we also have our mobile version for Kaizen already. So just imagine you can check your SLP balances and the performance of your scholar base on the go, right? So this is for guild management system for guild owners, guild managers on the go. Um, Third is we've grown our guild community so of to about uh,
Hello, Jen.
this year we were
Okay.
only can you guys hear me?
Yep. You
Okay.
you kind of rugged a bit, but it's
Okay.
okay. We can hear you now.
Okay. So we have about 784 guild partners, guild community in 30 countries. And we are now growing our community even further, right? So from Q1 we ended it with about 25, and now we're at 784 in just the span of 3 months. This was
Wow.
mainly driven by us refining and understanding what are the needs of the guild, of our ultimate clients, which are the guilds, right? And then in terms of the data aggregation, we're now also aggregating data for 100, around 200 games, so 180 the last time I checked. And we've released dashboards for 4 games, in-game analytics for 4 games. Axie, Pegaxie, um, um, Pegaxie, we have Cyball, and I think we have Rev Racing as well. So
Yeah,
that's
right.
4 in-game analytics in just a span of 1 quarter. And those in-game analytics have helped guild owners, guild managers benchmark themselves, right, and further improve their performance. The past quarter as well has been challenging from the point of view of the general public, right? Given the downturn, it's been tough. That's why we up the ante in terms of the regular conversations we're having with our guilds, with our guild partners, just to understand where they are and provide help whenever we can, right? So for our GP, we've seen some guild partners unfortunately close down. We've also seen some that are not in the actively growing. But on the flip side, we saw some guild partners who doubled down, um, meaning they continue to buy and be bullish. But the general consensus in the space, in the GameFi space, is that people, we were able to awaken and open the minds of people that you can have ownership of your game assets, and this I think is um the most important thing that the uh, GameFi blockchain gaming in general is able to open up. wherein you have ownership of your assets, and you can then have a community with financial incentives that aligns the goals of that particular community. So what else? In terms of the number side, we are now aggregating 24,000 guilds, data of about 24,000 guilds. And it's just interesting to see where those the growth are coming from. So, yeah, we just keep on building. I think it's good that we have these regular we'll start these regular town halls to update you guys in terms of our numbers and share with you what's next. So yeah.
Yep. I would have to agree about the owning your own assets in GameFi part, because it used to be, for example, in the game of Dota, when you buy skins, well, you can trade it, but those assets are still owned by the game itself. Or for example, in Mobile Legends, in Call of Duty, your guns, your skins are owned by the game. You can trade it after you buy it. So definitely a good onboarding tool for the next wave of GameFi players. And also hearing about the accomplishments for blockchain space again certainly hypes me up. So speaking of tools, we have two major dashboards that are ready for our community. They are called the Kaizen and Kozo dashboard. Do you mind telling the community a bit more about those tools, Jen? And how does the Axie Academy Discord bot factor in the future plans of these dashboards?
Right. So Kaizen is our web-based guild management system. So similar, and we you can manage your guild using you. The idea is you manage your guild using Kaizen. So, but there are a lot of providers out there, but what we're focused on is what you call the client base of Guild as a Service, right? So this particular Guild as a Service. And what it does is, the basic features that you would typically require from a guild management solution. You have the likes of Axie Tech, Axie Management. Um, you just have the basic features, but what makes Kaizen different is you have permissioned access. And that particular permissioned access can depends on depends on the tier that you're in. So if you're an investor, guild manager, scholar, or um, investor, sorry, I mentioned it. Investor, guild manager, guild owner, and scholar, you will have different levels of access and different visibility on what data is presented to you and what you can do using our dashboard. This solves the problem of using different tools. If you use Axie management to monitor the SLP, and then you use Scatter to disperse, what we're doing is everything is there, and based on your level of tier, you can um, you can accept you can give permission to any of those transactions based on your level of access. So that's for Kaizen. And the plan for Kaizen is to integrate it with or provide a mobile app for it, so that you don't, for people, as I mentioned, for people on the go. We see this evolving. We're working with a lot of game partners that are open to, providing the monitoring system as well within Kaizen. So that's been in talks for us already, and we plan to roll that out as well in the near future. On the Kozo Insights dashboard, it's basically the way that I can liken it's like your Bloomberg terminals for anything related to guilds. Um, Meaning, if you want to benchmark yourself against a particular guild, the SLP earnings, etc., you use Kaizen. Initially, we only offered Axie, but we now have three more games on top of that, and those three games are, Rev Racing, Cyball, and Pegaxi. And then you can see the performance. So those are the performance and also the win rate. And I think that is very important for managers who are optimizing their guilds, right? So you monitor, okay, how am I faring compared to other guilds, or what's the meta that probably would give me a higher win rate, a higher ROI. The plan is, and how it relates to Axie Academy bot is all of our products will share data with each other so that it will be more and we'll talk to each other so that whatever you upload in the Axie Academy Discord bot will be reflected in the web-based dashboard, will also be reflected in our Kozo dashboard. We're working on the back end for that, and so that there's only as long as you enter your information in one of the products of the blockchain space ecosystem, it gets reflected in all of our products. So that is quite exciting, especially switching cost might be difficult, and uploading data from one platform to another is also a challenge. So that's from a integration point of view, that's I think very exciting. And for Kaizen as well, we release a lot of product features in Kaizen, like you can do energy reporting, you can energy tracking, and you can download the energy reports. We've also improved um, some of the functionalities, the refresh rate, we've improved that as well. So yeah, just improving Kaizen further. With regards to the Kozo dashboard, we'd like to offer and create meta for other games as well. So we'll just keep on adding to the games that we're creating dashboards for, and continue uh, the guild aggregation that we're doing for Kozo.
Wow. Okay, that's bullish news, guys. If you've ever heard one news, that's one of the most exciting part of blockchain space. Because I remember when I was still researching for the meta, I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos regarding Axie Infinity. But if it were presented to me in one dashboard, and then I can have uh, the information at the palm of my hand, like make informed decisions, what to buy, what axes to buy. It will save me a lot of money and effort and time before investing heavily into, for example, one team, for example, in Axie Infinity. So I hope you guys are excited as well as I am, because hearing about those integrations of the dashboard and with the Axie Academy Discord bot is pretty exciting. Uh, and also, I would like to add, they're such big brain tools. So now, Jen, how
Yeah.
does guild token come into play when using these services that we offer? And also, will there be more use cases of guild token in the near future?
Yeah, so this is already integrated. So Kaizen and even all of our products, every touch point, there's we integrate our token, right? So for the dashboard, we have what you call token gated access for premium features. So if you want to use automated cash outs, if you want to use um, energy reports, download energy reports, it checks if you have an X amount of tokens, right? So um, and for our Discord bots, if you want to use certain premium features of our Discord bots, you also need to have guild tokens. For Kozo as well, initially it's being offered to our guild partners because our guild partners also hold guild tokens in order to be part of that exclusive membership program. So moving forward, what we'll do as well is not just holding guild tokens, but you have certain perks. You get certain discounts, right? And certain rewards. If you use Kaizen on a daily basis, we can then give you certain guild token rewards. And then at the same time, for the research reports and analytics that we have, what will happen is, these are valuable research reports, and if you hold guild tokens, you get a discount if you want to buy and purchase those research reports. And those are the things that we're able to do because number one, we're a data aggregator, and number two, we already built up the teams that would spin out those reports. If you look at the likes of Mesari, Navic, they charge quite some money for these reports and these dashboards. It will be like there's a light version, and if you want to have additional features and functionalities, you then have to have guild tokens. So that's always been the plan. So we the first 2 quarters of this year, so the first half of the year, we just built up the infrastructure and the resources required for that. So once we've rolled this out, the value proposition. So we also refine if people are willing to pay for it, right? So once you refine the value proposition and you verify that people are willing to pay for it, then the next step is to roll it out in a massive scale. Other use cases of the guild tokens as well is you've noticed that we have several game partners and they also try to access our guild network. Before they are able to access our guild network, or they need to stake and buy guild tokens. So every transaction within the ecosystem of blockchain space, either we incentivize using our tokens, or it's a natural paywall wherein you cannot access it unless you have or you hold our tokens. So so far, we validated already some of these value propositions, and so for those holders out there, markets may be down, but slowly but surely we're building up demand on that and increasing use cases for that for our token.
That's good to hear. For a while, we had Peter here, up here on the stage with us, but I think his connection is still rugging him. But yeah, holding more guild tokens surely went up some of our Giddlers list after hearing that, Jen. And since the community now has a better understanding of the vision that blockchain space has, do you mind telling us what is up next for the project? For example, what is next in our roadmap, etc.?
For our roadmap, I think, as I mentioned, we'll have so a lot of exciting things. So number one is on the guild management system, Kaizen. We are in the process of the mobile, so we'll also release that from private alpha. We're still checking some items here and there for some bugs, but for Q3, hopefully, we open it up to the public. Um, Second is our regional expansion. We are we are present in 30 countries, but we'll have a in-depth um, um, expansion in LATAM. So we're talking to some partners there as well. From the point of view as well of other offerings for our GPPs, it's not just going to be games, but discounts and perks from other Web3 projects like preferential rates from Unlock, Finance, or like NFT lending protocols, and also healthcare benefits in the near future for your scholars, for guild owners, guild managers. Um, we're also talking to some strategic partners who are keen on they focus on providing quality players or training players. So that's one aspect as well that we're looking at. Um, we are also integrating with a lot of games. So a lot of more game partners in the coming months. Um, we're also in the process um, of talking to off-ramp and on-ramp solutions. So meaning You don't have to go through the headache of setting up your own wallet, etc. There are some projects out there that would like to make that as seamless as possible, and hopefully will integrate that into the guild management system that we have. Um, there are traditional Web 2 games that are talking to us as well. So that's exciting because, they know the formula in terms of creating a very interactive game, right? So um, they're looking into tapping our guild network, which is Web3 native guilds, so that should they decide to go big in this particular market, will be their partner. Um, yeah, and a lot of IRL events um, in the coming months. We will continue to grow our GPP, our guild partner community, not just here in the Philippines, but in other countries as well. We'll start creating regional hubs. Um, so yeah, just keep on building. And second half, even though it's a bear market, bear market is for builders. So
Yep.
yep.
Agree 100%. And hearing about the healthcare plan for your scholars, I mean that's a new meta. Who else offers that? um
Yep.
regarding the I have a personal question, John, if you don't mind. I- is there any alpha regarding the automated credit issuance for guilds in the near future? Because I'm sure some of our guildlers or guild leaders here would be keen to apply for that.
Automated. So we've partnered with several. So um, we've been transparent from day one that it's either we do it in house or we find partners who are willing to do it for us, right? Who has the expertise. So we've partnered with Defin Score, DeFi Scores, I how to pronounce it, Defin Score, and then Kyoko and all those other finance focused projects, and we're refining it. It's still a long journey. There are some verification procedures that I think prevents us to do it on a mass scale. There are guilds who raise their hand and express their interest to be part of the uh, Genesis cohort, or the initial batch of games uh, who will test it out. But in so far as hopefully we fix the kinks here and there this Q3, and we'll have a much bigger rollout for that.
Okay. Yep. Agree. Web two or some Web two transactions take a little bit more time to develop. So I hope the community here understands that part, because it's a very delicate talk between financing and games, and then balancing it all out so that we can give you the best types of um, credit issuances in the near future. So I think we can open the floor now for the community questions, or if you have some suggestions, questions, concerns, feel free to uh, raise your hand, or if you're a bit shy, drop your questions in the Ask Me Anything channel, and then I will read them out, and then we will have Jen answer them for you. Okay. So is there anyone who wants to come on stage with us and
Hold on,
ask their questions?
I think Peter's here. Peter, can you?
Oh yeah, okay. Inviting Peter to speak. Hey Peter.
Press working.
Nice. Hi Peter. Yep, we can
Oh
hear you.
my god, I've been trying to come on for the last 40 minutes. Okay,
Yep.
is this working properly?
Yep, we can hear you
Yep.
loud and clear.
Awesome. I can't see the chat. Give me a second.
The chat we've dedicated for the AMA stages, the Ask Me Anything text channel. So Do you have some words to say to our community before we resume with the open mic AMA questions?
No, I probably missed out on quite a bit, so I just catch up as you guys go along. But if you
Okay.
guys have any specific questions for myself, please post them in the chat and I'll try and catch up.
Okay. So I think no one is brave enough to speak on stage. So we have one question here from El Malamaya. He's one of the artists for Sandbox Academy. Uh, if I remember correctly, he was the one who was he won two competitions from Sandbox, and uh, he won a lot of sand. So he has a question here. What's the roadmap like, or rather, the plan for Sandbox Academy? Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, I can jump on that. So we
Okay.
actually literally just got off a call with the Sandbox global head of marketing about 1 hour ago, and we were just discussing the plans. So for us in particular, we're focused on the Philippine community and building out kind of the creator as well as those that are looking to kind of get involved as kind of pinnacelling and voxel artists. Right. We're gonna come back probably with a much clearer plan by next week. We're actually just working out exactly how we're gonna move forward from here.
Okay. Is there gonna be maybe to add to that, is the Pinas singing competition still be live, or what's the plan there?
Yep. So the plan is really to bring back pinnacelling and bring back kind of Filipino pride, building in the sandbox metaverse. Right. We just need to line up exactly how we're going to roll out all the different contests and also how we can align that with the season 3 of the alpha going out.
Okay. Okay, that's nice to hear. Do you guys have more questions for Peter and Jen? Feel free to drop them and ask me anything, or maybe raise your hand and we can invite you here up on stage. I can see Mark typing. Not really a question, but I'm currently creating a game pitch for the Game Maker Fund. Where will I integrate the use of our guild token? Uh, Peter, Jen, you there?
Yeah, so I think Mark reached out to us before, and we're really excited for his plans for the game. We'd love to see exactly how the game will work, and then based on the kind of the mechanics of the game, we can see how we can integrate the token mechanics into that.
So having the guild token in the sandbox game, right?
Exactly. So I think Mark is basically looking to create his own game and to invite guilds to be able to play within the game. And so the idea is that guild partners of BlockchainSpace can actually enter the game, do certain activities based on how much guild they're holding.
Oh, I see. So will their scholars be, for example, I own a guild, then I own guild token. So will my scholars be also able to play it and then earn there using that system?
I think we've yet to see Mark's mechanics for his game, so I
Okay.
think we need more details of the game first.
Mark, we need you up here, man, so that you can explain it further.
Yeah, come up, Mark.
Where is Mark? Let's invite him over to speak. Mark, go up here. Still in the works. Okay. No worries, Mark. I guess I have one question from the scholar side, Peter. They were asking if what's gonna be the next plan for Axie Academy, with regards to the origin coming up, and will we invest in more games in the coming future?
Yeah, so as part of Blockchain Space's kind of business model, we don't really run our own guilds, but we help others to kind of facilitate running their guilds. And so what we can do is actually connect people to other guild partners that are already running different games. So there are already guilds that are playing multiple different games other than Axie. And if you guys are interested, we can actually facilitate that connection.
Okay. Is that gonna be like, for example, we have we have a section here or a channel where a certain guild can post that they're looking for scholars, and then we can connect them to them. Is that the case here?
So I think we haven't got that ironed out yet exactly
Okay.
how that might look. But Jen, what do you think? How can we facilitate better kind of communication with the guild partners and people looking to get into those different games?
So I think what we can do is we create a profile of our guild characters. So we're able to identify, okay, are you interested in playing active or are you open to playing other games, right? And then there are guild partners who specialize in a particular type of game. Um, and you just have to approach us. I think we've created a database wherein we kind of know um, the specialty of these guild partners of ours and which particular and also the location, right? So there are certain nuances, especially there are some scholars that are Filipinos not and prefer to work with Filipino guild managers or guild owners. And those are the things that we can facilitate. So if there's a scholar, even in Axie Academy and other scholars that in other guilds that are keen to explore other games, will let us know. And yeah, moving forward, this will be automated. So I haven't shared a lot in terms of our plans for the GPP and how we can uh, automate some of the processes and make it as available to the public. The offerings to the public, right? So for now, it's really mainly us talking to our GPPs, but moving forward, staying true to our mission to to onboard as many people as possible into GameFi, will have a product that caters to and some extent um, uh, furthering the ro- uh, the growth of the GPP. So yeah, hope I answered your question, Aldrich.
Okay. Thanks, Jen. We have one question here from Phoenix. Do you plan to enter another play to earn game with a scholarship program? And I think this has been answered already by Peter, wherein we will be focused on to bridging the gap between guilds and the gamers or the scholars. And I think it's not in the horizon yet to invest in another play to earn game for that has a scholarship program. So right now,
Let me
uh,
jump in quickly there,
okay,
Aldrich. So we also have, freebies from these game partners, right? So if you, when you see like we announce something on Twitter and you're interested to play that particular game, uh, I'm assuming this particular scholar is part of Axie Academy. So if you're part of Axie Academy and you saw that we have a partnership announcement with a game and you'd like to play that game, um, most likely if we have available in-game assets and it's idle, you can be one of our testers, game testers as well. So yeah, um, just approach our your community managers and we'll be more than happy, especially those that are Axie Academy scholars, right, and would like to play other games.
There you have it, guys. Axie Academy scholars, you should be happy to hear that since we will get to play new games that are partnered with us. So whenever you see announcements of a new partnership and you are interested to play in that game, let us know. We have the guild moderators here, and I myself. You can DM me anytime, and then we can set that up and get you to play the newest partnered game with BlockchainSpace. So, do we have any more questions, guys? Feel free to drop them in the Ask Me Anything stage, or just raise your hand, and then we'll invite you to speak here on stage with us so that we can hear your voice, guys. Don't be shy. Okay. I can see Exid's typing, and then if no one else has any question for the team, for Peter and Jen, maybe we can wrap this up after one last question. So feel free to ask away, guys. Nicki Minaj, question for the community. Do you have one, Nikki?
I would love to ask the community, what if are they playing any other games other than Axie? Maybe you can type it into the MA channel.
So, guys, you heard Peter. Do you have games that you are playing right now? Even when we know it's a bear market, but still, games are still building. So, what games are you interested in? Don't be shy, guys. It's just Peter and Jen.
Go, go, go. Tell us.
They're still typing. You can hop on stage with us, guys, if you want. Just raise your hand, and then we'll put you up here. I'm still playing Axie. So Hansen here is still into Axie. Shout out to Hansen, by the way. So Axie, okay. Yep, I agree. Axie is still building. Origins in is coming in hot. I see a lot of the OG Axie players still playing, or rather creating content for Origins.
Oh, Elle is here. Hi, Elle. Sandbox OG.
Oh,
Well, Sandbox creator. And hopefully soon we'll work more together.
oh, nice, nice to hear that, Jen. L is into more into the metaverse projects like the Sandbox and Crypto Voxels. Okay. For Fishball, he is playing Fancy Bird and Sunflower Land. Still worth it to play.
Yeah. Sunflower Run, that's interesting. Fancy Bird is like your version of a Flappy Bird, which is, as long as you don't throw your screen while you play, or you don't get, jumpy when you hit the wall. It's a fun game.
Yep, I remember playing that. That was fun. Exids has a question here. is there a plan that guild token will be available in the near future to other chains like Polygon, Avalanche, or Solana? Uh,
Yeah, I can jump on that.
okay.
So we only release the token on other chains if there's a need for it. So, for instance, we released Guild token onto Binance Smart Chain because there was high demand from our Turkish community to access through BSC, and also because we were hosting tournaments which were sponsored in Guild. So right now, it really depends on our ecosystem partners and those that we kind of have within our roadmap. So right now, I wouldn't say for Avalanche or Solana, it's not yet in the pipeline, but Polygon definitely. Actually, the token's available in Polygon already if you have a look at it, but we just aren't widely using it there yet.
Okay, hope that answers your question. Exids. So for Raf, he's playing Axie, Fancy Bird, Pegaxi, and Sunflower Land. Wow. Okay. Okay, Raf. I see you, bro. I have a personal question, Peter. In our roadmap, there's a phase 2, quarter 3, 2022. What's the development behind the DeFi and TradeFi development or the ecosystem fund? I want to learn more about that plan within our roadmap, if that's okay.
Yeah, so those conversations are already in progress. So we're already speaking with like NFT lending protocols, also other kind of lending protocols which can offer kind of loans in return for like collateral. Those are basically ecosystem partners that we're bridging relationships with right now. Right, as soon as those protocols become available and those services become available, we'll announce it, and then that will be available to anyone within our ecosystem. Then, in terms of like ecosystem funded deployment, right? That's more like who's going to build on top of BlockchainSpace's data, right? And so we are constantly looking at kind of like accelerator or incubation models. We're currently in the planning phase right now for that. So that's why we've been sponsoring things like hackathons out in New York, also one in Austin. We're always looking for developers that want to be able to build within our ecosystem.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. And then to add up to that, maybe what are the future plans for the founders NFT?
Yeah, those parts, it all comes down to the relationships we have to the games and what the games can offer to our founders. But yeah, there are a couple things in the works that we can't just announce at this time.
Okay. So there you have it, guys. If ever you stumble upon a someone paper handing their founders NFT, make sure to swipe it off their hands and then diamond hand it for future integrations or freebies for you guys. So we have one here from Sneaky Minaj question for the community. What game launches are you guys looking forward to? So this is more for you guys. If ever you have some upcoming games that you are keen on or are looking into, what are you guys? What kind of games are you excited to play in the future? So feel free to drop them and ask me anything. Or, yep, if you want to speak, just raise your hand, guys. Okay, going once. Nicki Minaj, do you want to come up here on stage and ask the community? Right, let's invite her over to speak here. Where is Nicki Minaj? Here. Hi, Nicki Minaj. Or
Can you guys
rather,
hear me?
okay, yep.
Hi. So I know it's a downtrend and a lot of people are having a hard time being enthusiastic about this space. So what are some ways we can help you guys feel more bullish on GameFi?
I think
Wow, I love that. Is that for us, for the team?
Yeah, you can
feel free.
answer, but the community is also free to speak up. So
Just
yeah.
Sure.
raise your hand, guys. But yeah, feel free to jump on that, Peter.
Yeah, so hi, Sneaky. Very nice to meet you. We actually had a team meeting, so an internal core team meeting this morning, and I actually presented a couple of findings based on our own data that we've been aggregating for the last 6 months. Right, and I think what's really interesting is to see that even though token prices are down and generally, the whole crypto markets are down, the games and the guilds are not going away. We've done surveys with our guild partners as well as our game partners. The games they continue to build. Right, there's at least more than 20 games that we are actively speaking with that have not changed anything in their roadmaps. And so, the next coming months, you'll see a couple of different launches from different games, and we're really excited about that. The other thing is, we also had a look at like community numbers in terms of like Discord members like joining different games and guilds, and actually those community numbers are still increasing, meaning that even though sentiment is down around earnings, like people actually learning about games and joining communities is still increasing. So that makes us really bullish, that people are here kind of for the long term and they're not just price sensitive.
Awesome.
Yep, and I think to add to that, one of the main factors that might help gamers to get more excited about a certain game is about the gameplay itself. If it's fun, if it's you can play it repeatedly without getting easily bored, or you get to be challenged by a certain game, and then eh, combine that with the awesome graphics, or maybe even just okay graphics. But if the gameplay is fun, and then there's an added like earning potential to it. I think that's a great sell for the gamers themselves to invest, or maybe even just play the certain game.
PZ has their hand raised.
Ross, do you wanna come up on stage? Hi, Ross.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, GM everyone. Can you hear me well?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
So, yes, hi to everyone in the community. Hello. I'm RCDZ from the Blockchain Space marketing team. And basically we just wanna this is sort of a crowd sourcing question, I guess. We want to be able to support you guys and give you the info and help that you need, the data that you need for your next steps while we are in this phase in the market. So um, please feel free to drop in the AMA chat channel, Ask Me Anything channel, your requests for data or info, and then we will take note and do our best to provide them for you. So if there are like game starter packs or games that you're interested to get into, and you want to learn how to get your guild started on it, just let us know, and we will make sure to um, include those in our pipeline. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Mhm. All right. So, guys, you heard Roz or RCDZ. Um, so, if you guys have any upcoming games that you want us to partner with, or maybe gain assets from, feel free to maybe create a ticket or drop it in the Ask Me Anything channel, and or maybe even DM me or any of the moderators online, so that we can forward it to RZDZ and hook you guys up with new games. So we've lost Peter again, and I think we can wrap this up, since there's no more questions being asked, and I hope the community uh, understood what the roadmap is for blockchain space. So if you have any more questions, feel free to drop them anywhere, and then me or any from the guild moderators will surely help you answer it. And then, yep. Jen, do you mind doing the closing statements for our community before we end this? Are you still there, Jen? Okay, I think Jen is a bit busy on Japan right now. So, once again, thank you guys for coming, and then see you around within our Discord, within our community, within our socials. Feel free to follow us on Twitter to stay updated, as well as join the Telegram channel for Blockchain Space, and spread the word about Blockchain Space, guys. All right, that's all. Have a nice day, everyone.